The Lotus Seed by Sherry Garland. Illustrated by Tatsuro Kiyuchi. Read by Rona Figueroa. My grandmother saw the emperor cry the day he lost his golden dragon throne. She wanted something to remember him by. So she snuck down to the silent palace near the river of perfumes and plucked a seed from a lotus pod that rattled in the imperial garden. She hid the seed under the family altar, wrapped in a piece of silk from the aoyai, the dress she wore that day. Whenever she felt sad or lonely, she took out the seed and thought of the brave young emperor. And when she married a young man chosen by her parents, she carried the seed inside her pocket for good luck, long life, and many children. When her husband marched off to war, she raised her children alone. One day, bombs fell all around, and soldiers clamored door to door.
Ready, ready.
She took the time to grab the seed, but left her favorite mother-of-pearl hair combs lying on the floor. Her family scrambled into a crowded boat and set out on a stormy sea. My grandmother watched the mountains and the waving palms slowly fade away. She held the seed in her shaking fingers and said goodbye. She arrived in a strange new land with blinking lights and speeding cars and towering buildings that scraped the sky, and the language she didn't understand. She worked many years, day and night, and so did her children and her sisters and her cousins too, living together in one big house. Last summer, my little brother found the special seed and asked questions again and again. He'd never seen a lotus bloom or an emperor on a golden dragon throne. So one night, he stole the seed from beneath the family altar and planted it in a pool of mud somewhere near our onion patch. My grandmother cried when she found out the seed was gone. She didn't eat. She didn't sleep. And my silly brother forgot what spot of earth held the seed. Then one day in spring, my grandmother shouted. We all ran to the garden and saw a beautiful pink lotus unfurling its petals, so creamy and soft. It is the flower of life and hope, my grandmother said. No matter how ugly the mud, or how long the seed lays dormant, the bloom will be beautiful. It is the flower of my country. When the lotus blossom faded and turned into a pod, my grandmother gave each of us a seed to remember her by. She kept one for herself, to remember the emperor by. I wrapped my seed in a piece of silk and hid it in a secret place. Someday, I will plant it and give the seeds to my own children and tell them about the day my grandmother saw the emperor cry.